Hello design enthusiasts, and welcome back to Home and Harmony. Today we're diving into something that will completely transform your living space as the flowers start to bloom outside. A colorful, spring-inspired apartment makeover. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt your mood lift? That's exactly what we're creating today with vibrant colors, fresh patterns, and natural elements that capture the essence of spring. I promise by the end of this video, you'll be itching to infuse your own space with these seasonal touches that can brighten even the cloudiest spring day. The beauty of seasonal design is that it doesn't require a complete overhaul of your existing decor. It's about thoughtful additions and strategic changes that make a significant impact. Think of it as giving your apartment a refreshing breath of fresh air after the heavier, cozier elements of winter. If you're enjoying this spring transformation journey already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our seasonal design inspirations. Now, let's bloom together as we transform an ordinary apartment into a spring sanctuary. The foundation of any spring interior transformation begins with selecting the perfect color palette, one that captures the essence of blooming gardens and fresh beginnings. Unlike the deep, rich tones of winter, spring calls for colors that feel light, airy, and full of life. Think soft pastel pinks reminiscent of cherry blossoms, refreshing mint greens that mirror new leaves, gentle lavenders that echo flowering fields, and buttery yellows that capture morning sunshine. These colors don't simply look beautiful together. They actually affect our psychology, with studies showing that lighter, nature-inspired hues can improve mood and energy levels. Exactly what we need after emerging from the winter months. When introducing your spring palette, remember that balance is key. You don't need to paint every wall in pastel shades to achieve the desired effect. Consider the 60-30-10 rule as your guiding principle. Use your primary spring color, perhaps a soft sage green, for about 60% of the room through walls or larger furniture pieces. Complement with a secondary color, like a gentle blush pink, for 30% through accent furniture and textiles, and add that vibrant pop, such as a sunshine yellow, for the remaining 10% through accessories and small decor items. This approach creates a cohesive look while ensuring your space doesn't become overwhelmingly sweet or childlike, which can be a concern when working with lighter, spring-inspired hues. Follow these simple yet transformative steps to create a vibrant, refreshing apartment that captures the essence of the season. Step 1. Start with a spring color palette assessment. Begin by selecting 3 to 4 colors that evoke spring feelings. Choose one dominant color, like soft sage green, one supporting color, perhaps blush pink, and one accent color, such as sunny yellow. Look at your existing decor and identify which pieces can work with your new palette and which might need updating. Remember, you don't need to replace everything. Sometimes simply relocating items to different rooms creates fresh perspective. Step 2. Refresh your textiles. Swap out heavy winter fabrics for lightweight alternatives. Replace dark throw pillows with ones in your spring palette. Exchange thick blankets for airier cotton or linen throws, and consider changing your area rug to something lighter in both color and texture. Even switching your shower curtain or bathroom towels to spring hues can dramatically transform the space. Step 3. Maximize natural light. Remove heavy drapes and replace with sheer curtains that filter, rather than block sunlight. Position mirrors strategically across from windows to bounce light deeper into your space. Clear windowsills of any objects blocking precious daylight, and consider rearranging furniture to create unobstructed light pathways throughout your home. Step: bring nature indoors. Incorporate fresh flowers and indoor plants as living design elements. Create a rotating flower display that changes with what's in season. Mix plant varieties with different leaf shapes and sizes for visual interest, and select planters in your spring color palette to tie everything together. Step 5. Update your lighting switch to bulbs with daylight color temperatures 5000-6500 K that mimic natural spring light. Replace heavy lampshades with lighter options in spring hues and add string lights for evening ambiance. Consider adding a new statement light fixture in a common area for maximum impact. Step 6. Introduce spring-inspired accessories. Display botanical artwork. Replace heavy photo frames with lighter options and introduce natural materials like lightwoods, ceramic, and glass. Consider seasonal scented candles with fresh fragrances like lavender or citrus to engage multiple senses. Step 7. Create functional outdoor connections. Arrange seating near windows to create reading or relaxation spots that benefit from natural light. If you have a balcony or outdoor space, make it an extension of your interior with weather-resistant textiles and potted plants that complement your indoor palette. When selecting furniture for your spring-inspired apartment, focus on pieces that embody the season's inherent lightness, both visually and functionally. Look for items with slender profiles and raised legs that create airiness and flow, allowing light to travel freely throughout your space. This simple characteristic can make even smaller apartments feel significantly more spacious and open. Natural materials become your best allies during this season, with light-toned woods like ash, maple, or birch bringing warmth without the heaviness, while rattan, bamboo, and wicker introduce wonderful texture that immediately conjures images of outdoor living brought indoors. Consider replacing heavier winter upholstery with lighter fabrics such as linen or cotton in soft spring hues, or simply drape spring-colored throws over existing darker furniture for an instant seasonal update. The key to successful spring furniture selection lies in choosing pieces that offer versatility throughout the changing seasons. Invest in quality core items with clean, timeless lines in neutral tones that can serve as your year-round foundation. Then layer seasonal elements that can be easily swapped. For example, a neutral beige sofa becomes spring-like with the addition of mint green and coral pillows, while a simple wooden coffee table transforms with a colorful runner and fresh flower arrangement. Modular pieces that can be reconfigured as needed are particularly valuable during spring, when we often wish to open up our living spaces to accommodate more natural light and create better flow between indoor and outdoor areas. Remember that spring furniture should feel light, not just in appearance but in function. Consider the joy of easily moving a chair to follow a patch of sunshine as it travels across your floor throughout the day. Nothing transforms a space for spring quite like thoughtfully selected textiles. They're the quickest way to breathe new life into your apartment without major renovations or expense. Consider swapping out heavy winter drapes for lightweight, sheer curtains that filter sunlight beautifully, creating that magical luminous quality that defines spring interiors. Botanical patterns become particularly relevant during this season, with florals, leaves, and nature-inspired motifs bringing the outdoors in, but avoid overly literal or seasonal designs in favor of abstract interpretations that won't feel dated by summer. When selecting spring textiles, pay attention to both visual weight and physical texture. Lightweight cotton, breathable linen, and silky bamboo fabrics not only look appropriately seasonal, but also feel refreshing against the skin as temperatures begin to rise. Layering becomes an essential technique when working with spring textiles, creating depth and interest while maintaining the light, airy feeling we're striving for. Begin with a foundation of solid colors in your larger pieces, then add patterned throw pillows in varying sizes, perhaps mixing small-scale geometrics with watercolor-inspired florals for a contemporary look. A lightweight throw draped casually over a chair or sofa adds another dimension of texture while remaining practical for those cooler spring evenings. Don't forget the transformative power of area rugs, swapping a heavy winter rug for something lighter in both color and material can completely change the feeling of a room. Perhaps introducing a sisal or jute option with a subtle pattern that brings texture while maintaining the natural organic feeling that defines spring decor. Remember that textiles engage multiple senses, not just sight but touch as well. So select fabrics that invite interaction and create a tactile, welcoming environment. Spring lighting design centers around one fundamental principle: maximizing and complementing the season's naturally increasing daylight hours. Begin by performing a thorough window assessment. Remove any heavy winter window treatments and replace them with lighter options that filter rather than block sunlight. Perhaps layering sheer curtains beneath lighter drapes that can be fully opened during the day. Strategic mirror placement becomes particularly valuable during this season. Position mirrors directly across from windows to bounce natural light deeper into your space, effectively doubling its impact and creating that coveted springtime luminosity. Consider rearranging furniture to remove any obstacles blocking precious daylight, creating clear pathways for light to travel throughout your apartment. And if privacy concerns allow, leave windows undressed entirely in spaces where the view connects meaningfully with nature. When selecting artificial lighting for spring, look for fixtures that mimic the quality of natural daylight, with color temperatures between 5,000 and 6,500 K, creating consistency between your natural and supplemental light sources. Replace heavier winter lampshades with lighter, more translucent options in spring-inspired hues that will cast a subtle colored glow when illuminated. Introduce variety in your lighting types, balancing ambient lighting from ceiling fixtures with task lighting from adjustable desk or reading lamps, and accent lighting that highlights your spring decor elements or indoor plants. Consider string lights draped among indoor plants or across mantles for a magical, garden-inspired evening ambiance that transitions beautifully from day to night. Remember that spring lighting isn't simply functional. It should evoke emotion and create atmosphere, perhaps through the dancing reflection of a crystal pendant, catching afternoon sunlight, or the gentle glow of candlelight during a spring evening shower. The perfect spring interior comes alive through carefully selected accessories that embody the season's essence without veering into obvious territory. Fresh flowers become non-negotiable elements in spring design. Consider creating a rotating display where you replace blooms weekly to experience the progression of seasonal varieties from early tulips and daffodils to later peonies and lilacs. Botanical art offers a longer-lasting alternative with vintage plant illustrations, pressed flower frames, or contemporary botanical prints, adding that connection to nature in a more permanent form. Look for accessories with organic shapes and materials, ceramic vases with irregular forms, hand-blown glass objects that catch and play with light, and wooden sculptures with visible grain all bring that essential natural element indoors while maintaining sophistication. Indoor plants deserve special attention during spring, serving as living design elements that actively improve both aesthetics and air quality. Consider creating a dedicated plant corner with specimens at varying heights, or distribute smaller plants throughout your space as natural focal points. Smaller leaved varieties like ferns and maidenhair plants bring that delicate spring feeling, while larger statement plants like fiddle-leaf figs or bird of paradise add dramatic structure. Don't overlook the importance of planters as design elements in their own right. Select options in your spring color palette with interesting textures or patterns that complement your overall design scheme. For those without natural green, Thumb's high-quality faux plants have become increasingly realistic alternatives, offering the visual benefits without maintenance concerns. Remember that spring accessories should engage multiple senses, incorporate scented candles in fresh, botanical fragrances like lavender, mint, or citrus, to create a fully immersive seasonal experience that transcends the purely visual. Creating a truly successful spring interior involves more than just isolated decorative elements. It requires thoughtful integration where each aspect complements the others to create a harmonious whole. Begin by identifying spaces where you spend the most time and prioritize your spring transformations accordingly, perhaps focusing on your living room and bedroom before moving to less used areas. Consider establishing a consistent spring color story that flows throughout your apartment, creating cohesion while allowing for slight variations in each room that reflect their specific functions and lighting conditions. Remember that seasonal design should enhance rather than complicate your daily life. Aim for a spring refresh that feels effortless and naturally aligned with how you actually live in your space, avoiding overstyled vignettes that may look beautiful but impede functionality. As we conclude our spring interior journey, remember that the most successful seasonal designs reflect your personal connection to the season, perhaps incorporating elements that evoke specific spring memories or traditions meaningful to you. I hope this guide has inspired you to embrace the spirit of renewal in your own space, creating an environment that uplifts and energizes you daily. If you've enjoyed this spring transformation adventure, please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up and share your own spring decorating plans in the comments below. Our Home and Harmony community thrives on sharing inspiration and ideas. Don't forget to subscribe for more seasonal design guidance and hit that notification bell so you never miss our upcoming summer design series. Until next time, may your home be as refreshed and vibrant as the spring season itself.